Grace and peace, family. Grace and peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Ma'at hotep. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I'm a very proud contributor right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, the network for melanated women just like you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our broadcast. We are so pleased that you are with us today. We're going to do a continuation of what we've been doing for the past week or so. Shout out to you, Nova, for your 1111. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Grateful for the network and the betterment to our lives to hear your voice. Eternally grateful. Thank you, beloved. That's so sweet and kind. It's my privilege, beloved. Thank you so much for joining us today, family. I missed y'all yesterday, but I had to take care of my body, you guys. And so I thank you so much for your patience. Again, we're going to try to keep it brief today, but I want to pick up on where we left off when we were together a couple of days ago. Just a little bit of housekeeping, though, before we get ready to continue to expose the frenemy that sat with our brother Nick Cannon just the other day. On the count of 3, please hit that thumbs up button. Be sure to like and share, okay? Be sure to like and share. If you're watching us on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, if you're watching us on one of the other platforms where our show is aired, please make sure that you like, that you follow, that you engage and share. Thank you so much. Shout out to our brother Ahmad. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. We love you, Sister Vic. I love you back. Are you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Like and share, like and share. Don't forget also we have a store at shopfnq.com. That's shopfnq.com, where you can receive all types of apparel and also, mugs, backpacks, t-shirts. You can even get your shirt that says Talk Black to Me at shopfnq.com. Thank you so much for checking that out, dear family. Let me say something to you as we get ready to get started here. You know that we have been dealing with much fallout concerning these white supremacists. And the white supremacists, beloved, they camouflage themselves. So you got to understand this. They camouflage themselves. They camouflage themselves in the forms of bootlicks, butter biscuits, Sambos, the help. In other words, black-looking people, Lord have mercy, they camouflage themselves. And sometimes they switch it up on you, and they come perhaps in the white supremacist skin, but they come to you like a friend. They come to you saying, but we'll help you start your business. We'll give a donation to your organization. Are you hearing me today? Why does one camouflage themselves? You camouflage yourself so that you can have what? A tactical advantage. By engaging covertly or secretly or undercover. When you don't attack in a frontal manner, and if the person doesn't recognize that you're the enemy, you gain an extraordinary advantage because you're camouflaged. And the main reason you gain an advantage is because the individual doesn't recognize you as an enemy. So they welcome you in and they participate, watch this, in their own undoing. They're collaborators, unsuspecting, unwitting collaborators in their own undoing. And so Nick Cannon didn't know that this rabbi, doesn't that sound so sweet and innocent? worked at this Simon Wiesenthal Center that's supposed to be anti-prejudice and all this other stuff. Watch this. But Nick didn't know who was sitting at his table. And we have broken so much of that down for you in the last few shows that we did. So family, be sure that you check that out, okay? But I want to pick up on something else that's happened since we've been giving them this work. Somebody say we've been giving them this work. This Simon Wiesenthal Center and stuff. We've been exposing them as frenemies, not true friends, but frenemies, having the traits of a friend and an enemy. Somebody say camouflaged. Watch this. We've been exposing them with overwhelming receipts. But I want you to consider something. They have been targeting and attacking who? Primarily very public, very powerful Black men. Is that right, family? They have been unapologetically attacking powerful Black men. Minister Louis Farrakhan primarily is their primal target. And anybody else that they can label as a proxy, treat as a proxy to him, like the Nick Cannons of the world, like the Ice Cubes of the world, like the Deshaun Jacksons, like the Charlemagne the Gods. This has just been the last few days, family. Shout out to you, Victor. But I want to say, how is it, family? And I need your help with this. During this holy uprising, where Black folk have been resisting white supremacy, resisting injustice, resisting murder, and we've been taking it to the streets. And it's a global movement. How is it that we go from talking about Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Rayshard Brooks, Ahmaud Arbery, and so many other nameless Breonna Taylors and so many other nameless George Floyds? What does that mean? We've been exposing and pushing back on what? Anti-Black racism. Is that right? The order of the day, beloved, is anti-Black racism. What did I just say? I said the issue. The thing that has gotten the whole wide world's attention has been this what? Anti-Black racism. But somehow, come on Instagram, come on over to flynubianqueentv.com Instagram. But somehow, the conversation has turned to anti-Semitism. And they claim it's Black men that are guilty. Listen, how did that happen? Let me ask you something, Black family. I won't be before you long today. Shout out to you, Black General. I bless your gifts 1,000-fold. Let me ask you something, Black family. Who's the most spiritual and religious people on the planet that you know? Whether you are Seventh-day Adventist, whether you are Jehovah's Witness, Baptist, Methodist, Episcopal, Orthodox, Catholic, non-denominational, Pentecostal, Buddhist, Muslim, Hindu, a Moor, a 5%er, an animist, voodoo, hoodoo, a Wiccan, atheist, which most of us typically are not, agnostic. Thank you, LaShawn. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. You're killing it with those curly braids and beautiful smile. Thank you. folk are the most spiritual people on the planet. Shout out to you. Dita Tia, I don't know if I'm saying it right. Love you, Queen. Speak that truth. Thank you for your your kind words and your very generous gift. I bless it 1,000-fold. They're labeling us, those of us who are what? Hebrew? Jewish? They're calling us all of these, anti that, anti this, anti that. We who are the most loving people on the planet. I'm going to never forget. I'm going to never fail to remind you of these realities. Those false charges. Somebody said that's false. Somebody said it's just not true. They're accusing us of that. We who are the most empathetic and sympathetic people on the planet. I want to give you an example before I get ready to get into exposing Simon Wiesenthal Center. Since we've been giving them this work, they've been on a Twitter rage lately. They've been on a new PR campaign. And I'm going to give you some examples of that because we're going to give them this work and we won't fail to do it. Instagram, come on over to flynubianqueentv.com, flynubianqueentv.com. Thank you so much. By the way, family, you can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram, Black family, at flynubianqueentv.com. Actually, you can't follow me on flynubianqueentv.com on Instagram. You can follow me at Vicki Dillard on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki Dillard. Would you do that when you get a chance after the show? Follow me on Instagram at Vicki Dillard. Let me just invite our friends here just a moment. And while I'm doing that, family, keep giving us, would you, the thumbs up. Be sure to like and share and follow. Very, very important. Very, very important. Don't forget that you can text the word Queens to 31996 so that you're able to receive phone notifications when we go live from time to time. Again, that's text the word Queens to 31996 so that you can receive phone notifications. Awesome. Thank you so much for giving me a chance to invite our other friends to come on over from my Instagram page. Now listen to this. Very important. Very, very important. Listen to this. Yes. Watch this. Watch this. Hold on one quick second. Hold on one quick second here. There we go. Thank you so very much. Let me read you this because I want you to listen to an excerpt in just a moment. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use. I also want to say, beloved, that the opinions that are expressed here may not necessarily be the opinions of the network on flynubianqueentv.com. So I want that to be clear. The opinions that are expressed here are my own, and we do so with respect and in compliance with the rules. Somebody talk Black to me. How many of you all know that we're able to be as wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove? We understand that in this warfare, we're still behind enemy lines. How many of you all know that? How many of you all know that we can learn how to navigate and still be principled and how we engage in this white supremacist world until we're able to rule and to reign based on freedom, justice, and equality? I need somebody Black to talk Black to me. Are y'all hearing me today? So I just wanted to throw that out. Now I want to show you something here. You may say, well, Vicki, what does this have to do with anything? We were just talking about George Floyd, right? We were just talking about George Floyd. And George Floyd, Black family, is the one, while they murdered him, who was saying and calling his killers, his terrorists, his torturers, those white supremacist race soldiers, he was calling them sir, 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 while they were literally squeezing the life force out of him. I remind you of that often. I remind you the number of Black mothers that are still alive right now. The Black mothers, rather, who are survived by their dead sons and daughters, who still tell their children's killers, I forgive you. Are y'all hearing me today? I saw this. Shout out to Black media. This is from the Savoy Show, this clip from the Savoy Show. Oh, I'm going to make it make sense in a minute. I'm going to make it make sense in a minute. Shout out to you, King Chima, for your gift. That delicious truth. That's right, beloved. Listen to this. I was watching a clip from the Savoy Show earlier today. And I want you to listen to a clip of the Black men talking. And this clip that you're listening to, getting ready to listen to, is very short. It's about a minute and a half. It's talking about the untold stories of Black Marine veterans in Asia in 1970, right? You all know that I have done shows discussing and giving you receipts and telling the stories of our Black family who fought in all of America's wars, right? Shout out to you, Candy. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. She said, I love you and truly enjoyed your mastermind class. You are a true blessing. Thank you, beloved. I'm so honored that you joined, beloved. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. The mastermind class she's talking about is the one where I'm live weekdays, on Wednesday evenings, 9 p.m. Eastern at clubvicki.com. So if you want to join, make sure that you do so at clubvicki.com. There I'm dropping metaphysical gems and I'm answering your questions surrounding that. It's a little different vibe on that particular show, but I want y'all to listen to this. It's a very short clip.
They said the Afro was legal. Am I right or wrong? That's what they said. It was legal. We can sport the Afro. All right. This man, it's a lot of brothers here. This man here's got an Afro. This is an Afro right here. Or somewhat of an Afro. It's not big. No. But they want us to wear skin head. What they call it? High and tight. It's not my culture. Am I right or wrong? They come over here. They get, all right, a Vietnamese girl. She called me a nigga. A Vietnamese girl. I know it's not part of their language. Can't nobody tell me it's part of their language. But I'm going to go over here. The beast, you know that. See, we go over here. We fight. Okay, we fight to defend the water we drink, the land we grow our food on, and our way of culture. We also fight to protect Rockefeller's foundations. We fight to protect J.B. Kennedy's foundation, all these different kind of foundations that the Black man can't partake of, you understand? And then we go back, we're continuously harassed. It's not necessary. This ain't what we heard. This is what we know. See, we've seen it from the bird's eye point of view. We are the people here now. See? We see it now. This ain't what we heard.
Now, just like you said, these are young people don't know how to where the word nigga came from or nothing. They have to learn how to speak it. You go out there in that Ville. The first time I come over here, I goes out in the Ville. I falls into one of these places, and I'm thrown out because I'm Black. You know, because I'm Black. They don't like us. They say we start trouble. Now who done put this stuff in their mind? You know what I mean? The beasts came over here and brainwashed these people. We get out here and try to do our thing, and they want to downrate us because we're Black. Because the beasts came over here and told them that we ain't nothing but trouble. Because we got a strong rapper and they scared we're gonna take the women away.
Well, wait a minute. Let me tell you something about down south. Let's say down high in July this year right here, when the so-called the beast, this is what we call them because they act savage and barbarous like animals.
What did our brother say? He said the beast came over here. He said, why do I call them that? He said, because of how they act like a savage. This is some old footage from the 70s. Let me tell you guys something. Why am I playing that? Because I'm showing you this is who they want us to believe is attacking somebody else's religion. These black gods who are just a few years out from the 1960 Civil Rights and Voting Rights Act, to which was failed to be properly enforced. We who fought in all of America's wars, while still enslaved in the hopes of being free. The Civil War, World War I, World War II, Vietnam, the Korean War, and others. When we couldn't even sit or pee in the same toilet as you, go to the same schools as you. The nature of these black men who still were placed on the front line. Black men who were young, and I'm told some of them were getting their papers fixed so that they could fight Hitler on the front lines. I did a show letting you know that black women enlisted. They were officers. They served, some of them as nurses, and they were forced. They were humiliated into serving and nursing Nazi soldiers. By the way, Hitler also murdered black people. And this is who you want to mislabel and lie and say we're anti-Semitic. How dare you? So, Vicki, why did you show that video footage? Because I want you to see the nature of us. We weren't just talking it. We were putting our lives on the lines in all your wars. And then our brother who served in Vietnam lets you know how he was mistreated. And notwithstanding the fact that we fought in all y'all's wars, he said the beast went over there. He said, why do I call them that? He said, because they act savage. He said, you guys came over here and planted misinformation into the minds of the other darker peoples of the world. Even though we gave you our lives, we built America. And family, we're still seeing the attack today. But baby, you're not getting ready to get away with that. Shout out to our moderator. She put the link in the chat where it says when black nurses were relegated to care for German POWs. That's in the chat for you to research and look at later. What's the latest that's been happening, Vicki? Well, since we've been giving Simon Wiesenthal Center, since we've been giving this Rabbi Abraham Cooper, who lied and who slandered Minister Farrakhan and black people. Somebody say lied. Somebody say slandered black people. Since we've been giving him this work, the organization that he works with, since we've been giving him this work, they've been on a brand new PR campaign. So for the last couple of days or so, one of the tweets, y'all, pay attention to this. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, you know, yesterday I was posting some of those tweets. Watch this. Just so you know, this is what I posted for today's show. I know I did it at the last minute, family, because I was still not 100% with my health, but I came on and I said I'm going to do a brief show today. So I posted this at the, I didn't post it as early as I normally would. So you see Nick Cannon sitting there, right? Along with these fellas, these very problematic individuals that works for this anti-black racist organization. Somebody say anti-black racist organization. The order of the day is not anti-nothing else right now. The order of the day is anti-black racism. And we're not going to let anybody else change the narrative. This is a trick. Esau. This is a trick, Jacob. This is a trick to try and steal and try and supplant someone else's destiny to make it appear that you match scripture. God today. Vicki, don't throw these braids around the nation. Don't throw them around the nations. Listen, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. So some of the tweets that's been going on from this Simon Wiesenthal Center. So you know I'm not lying. Look at this. It says, this is what the Simon Wiesenthal Center just put out on the 23rd. Let's meet anyone prepared to respect who we are. For decades of, this is their spelling error. For decades of Farrakhan disrespecting Jews. His anti-Semitism, somebody say that's a lie. Somebody say that's a lie. Is why late John Lewis refused to attend Million Black Man March. There are a multitude of great African Americans. Time for Jews to reconnect our communities through them. Wow. Wow. I don't think y'all caught that. Wow. Did you all catch that? Look at it for yourself. It says, let's meet anyone prepared to respect who we are. For decades, Farrakhan disrespecting Jews. Of course, they lying on the beginning about his anti-Semitism, but listen to what they said. It's why late John Lewis refused to attend Million Black Men March. But in the first place, I respect the dead. I would never disrespect the transitions, because there's a spiritual thing that goes on with the transition of someone who just passes away. So I would never disrespect the legacy of the death, of someone. So I have to be careful on this, but not attacking John Lewis personally. But what this little Simon Weasel Center didn't understand, these little weasels, is that grassroots Black society, we never revered John Lewis anyway. John Lewis was mostly revered by you, the white supremacist. You held him up as a thing to be like. Why? Because he represented not resistance of white supremacy, but acceptance of it, submission to it. God today. John Lewis, at some point, and again, this is no disrespect to the man. I don't want to give that impression. I'm talking about his the actual work. You guys hold him up as someone that's supposed to accept getting beat up. When white supremacy kills you, murders you, denies you rights, tortures you, accept it. This is who you're supposed to be like. That's who America tells us who our heroes should be. The problem with the Simon Wiesenthal Center is we've already gotten the heads up on that. The Black grassroots. You can't bring that small town stuff over here. We done already peeped that. The Weasels didn't know that. I'm sorry, the Simon Wiesenthal Center didn't know that. We're not built like that. We're not from that pedigree. We believe in the scripture that says that the kingdom of God suffers violence, but the violent take it by force. What does that mean? Does it mean that we believe in being reckless? No. Does it mean that we unjustly tear up stuff? No, baby, but it doesn't mean that you're going to beat us across the head and we're going to high five you. we're going to defend the life that our God gave us with every breath in our body. Don't get it twisted. But proof that we were right, that John Lewis was something of a tool for white supremacy. This tweet proves that his legacy is not something that has anything to do with Black liberation for real. It has nothing to do with Black revolution for real. You know why? This tweet proves it. In our brother's death, they invoke him. I don't think that they've laid him to rest yet. They just barely announced that they're going to have his body lie in state. And already these disgusting weasels invoke the name of the dead to cover for their filth. They said that's the reason why he didn't show up to the Million Man March. Can y'all believe that? This is proof of the danger of these bootlicks. This is proof that when someone such as John Lewis, who went through what he went through, but he succumbs and submits and acquiesces to white supremacy, to where he's not talking about anti-Black murder, he's talking about civil rights. How many of you all know that civil rights is for what? LBGTQ. Civil rights is for white women. Civil rights is for everybody who can come up with something else. It's every other miscellaneous group. John Lewis was focused on illegal children coming into the country and him worried about them being detained. But we didn't see that same kind of energy for Black families that are put in cages every day. We're not disrespecting the dead. I would never do that. They are disrespecting the dead for even invoking his name. Our brother has not even lied. His body hasn't even has not even lied and been laid in state yet. And they invoked his name because we've been exposing these frenemies. Nick didn't know that. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Thumbs up, keep liking and sharing. Watch what else they tweeted. They went on a Twitter rage. They lost their mind. Thumbs up, keep liking and sharing. Listen. They also said, there are multitude of great African Americans. Time for Jews to reconnect our communities through them. Woo! Y'all better catch that. What did he say? He's identified, he's aware of the multitude of bootlicks that they have strategically installed. When we tell you funny looking bootlicks to stand down. When I gave Jamil Hill that work the other day, not because I'm against Black women. She allowed herself to be used. She did a hit piece. Jamil Hill did a hit piece and called Minister Farrakhan vile, lied on him. And then she had the nerve to say about Black folk that we could be culturally arrogant. Check out my show. Jamil is allowed to be in those spaces because they can count on the help. Ain't Jemima Hill, ain't Jemammy. They can count on her. But when the rubber hits the road and when they get under pressure, their camouflaged, installed bootlick is going to do their bidding. And didn't she do their bidding? Didn't she help to cause this onslaught of attacks of Black men? Jamel Hill and those of her ilk, those like her, also bear responsibility for this. When you see some of those other funny looking, notice how quiet all those other Black folks that claim that they're so pro-Black, those that they okay saying, what's his name? The football player, Colin Kaepernick. Let him bow. What's wrong with him kneeling? See, that those Negroes, they say that's a safe kind of revolution. No disrespect to Kaepernick. That's safe. But how come they're not saying nothing about these back-to-back hits on black men? They're strategically installed. They're permitted to be in those spaces, not because they're really smart or intelligent. The white supremacists pumped their heads up and made them think they were special so that they can groom them to be used at an appointed time. Somebody talk black to me. And remember, during this, a few days later, what did they do? Even a day later or so, when they did another hit piece, they quoted Jamel Hill's article. They used her black skin and her black article as cover for their wickedness. Are y'all hearing me today? I'm not disrespecting the dead. That's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to let you know how they're disrespecting our dead. And they invoked his name, and he has not been buried yet. And they're still acting like the slave master to tell us this is how you guys ought to behave. This is who your leaders should be. This is who your heroes should be. This is what we consider to be acceptable. Are y'all talking black to me? Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. That's not the only thing he tweeted, family. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Oh, they big mad, baby, because we're exposing them. We're just getting started. Black family, let me tell you something. Whose planet is this? While I take a sip of my tea. Again, shout out to my sister Kim, who takes such good care of me. She sent me a whole gourmet, beautiful box of tea. And by the way, family, don't forget that you can get your mug and a whole bunch of other stuff at our store at shopfnq.com. Whose planet is this, black family? It's our planet. I let you know that. I remind you of that, because I want you to begin to change your mind and how you engage your planet. Psalm 82, the supreme creator, the supreme being, the God. When we call you gods, we're talking about what? One with force and power. So the supreme force and power, it says, held a council, and he was talking to the gods. And he was rebuking them because they allowed wickedness to run rampant on our planet that we have jurisdiction over, ownership of, and jurisdiction over. And he says, because you fail to correct your planet, he says, you'll die like men. But wait a minute. What do you mean you'll die like men? I thought we were men. No, baby, you're not just a mere man. You are a God, one with force and power. Black man, black woman, you're the direct descendants of God. And let me tell you something. We've shared our planet with the brown, the red, the yellow, and the white. But the white supremacists have done a little too much. And we about ready to take possession of ours. If you all understand anything about the law in terms of property and stuff, we about ready to take possession of our property. How many of you all know, God, today this is good. How many of you all know, especially if you are renters, and if you are investors and you rent property, you own. How many of you all know that you can own something and not actually occupy that thing? How many of you all know that somebody can actually be living in your something that you own, tearing up your house? God, today, tearing up your house. You actually own it, but you don't actually possess it. Well, baby, we getting ready to serve an eviction notice. This thing that's been causing hell all over our planet is about to go. Spouts to. You get that from the Victionary family. Spouts to. Just made it up on the spot. Spouts to. We're serving your eviction notice. You can actually own something and not possess that thing. Shout out to you, Big Lou, for your gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Watch this. Thumbs up, keep liking and sharing. Watch this. He sends another tweet out. Watch this. He puts out another tweet. And just before I read that tweet, Karens, Becky, Gretchen, they always have to show their ugly heads, right? The Karens and the Beckys always have to get in the mix. One way or another, they got to get in the mix, right? So, of course, I had to give this Karen this work. Her name is actually Melissa. That's Melissa. So, in response to the Simon Wiesenthal Center, you can see it just below. See, that's their tweet there. The Simon Wiesenthal Center. So in response to the Simon Wiesenthal Center about Nick Cannon, watch what Melissa, also known as Karen, had to say. I'm telling you, the Simon, y'all, they big mad about us exposing them. They're big mad. Watch this. Melissa, also known as Karen, she had the nerve to tweet concerning Simon Wiesenthal. Something strange I've noticed in the replies is the number of people demanding that the Simon Wiesenthal Center and other Jewish groups meet with Nation of Islam leader Farrakhan. Would you demand an African American to meet with David Duke or a Muslim to meet with Richard Spencer? Did you all hear that? Becky just showed you how weak their PR campaign is going. Even though the Simon Wiesenthal Center put out these tweets and all this stuff on social media, it's not really working good because Melissa said she's what? What did Melissa say? What did Karen say? She chimes in. Karen chimes in. See, Karen always has her man's back. So I'm going to always have mine, especially when mine has been put down for almost 500 years. And some of you funny looking bootlets, some of you black feminists out there done lost your mind and act like you don't understand the hell with your funny looking self. They riding with Donald Trump, and Donald Trump's first wife accused him of rape in a legal deposition under oath. Donald Trump is accused of rape and sexual impropriety by almost a couple of dozen plus women. Donald Trump is recorded on audio video acknowledging how he sexually assaults women and can get away with it because he's a star. Donald Trump is a bona fide certified racist and failed businessman and liar. And white women are rolling with him. We're at war, and you asking me, in war, you're asking me, why, y'all ain't holding the brothers. In war, you're asking me this? While they're riding with their killers? The McMichaels sister and daughter, after they murdered Ahmaud Arbery, she took his picture after her father and her brother were responsible for his murder, and she put it on TikTok, Snapchat. What was it? Snapchat? Love you, beautiful queen. Salute your love. I love you back. They ride with their men. Van Dyke, that race soldier out of Chicago who murdered our brother. His wife, after he was in jail, he was mad because he wasn't in a cushy enough jail. Tried to act like he was getting beat up and that he was being harmed in the prison that he was in. What did that white woman do? Did she divorce her husband? They still making love to their killers. They got black blood on their hand, and that white woman ain't bothered at all. She says, "Oh, come on in here, baby. Proud of you." She took to the press. I did a couple of shows on her. That white woman, she got the press to show up. And guess what they did right after she did that? They moved him according to Forbes magazine, into one of the country's cushiest prisons here. And you're gonna ask me why I'm gonna ride? Fool! The one that's the one that's on the 500 here, low end of the stick. I'm not, y'all know I hold our brothers accountable. Come on, somebody talk black to me. That's not what I'm saying. And I'm not telling you to marry or to get with a certified and bona fide dirtbag. But I recognize when we're in war, and I understand how our open enemy moves. They sleeping with their killers. They take to the press for theirs. They ride with theirs. They cry and weep for theirs. Somebody talk black to me. I done went off on a crazy tangent just now. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. So Melissa, like the Karens always do, they ride for white supremacy. They don't just ride for white supremacy. I told you, white supremacy is only successful. It's maintained because of them. And don't forget what I've told you. Where are these terrorists coming from in the first place? Whose womb developed these white supremacists that's going about murdering our people and their own? Who took these terrorists to Sunday school? Who took them to play catch and made their turkey sandwiches and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? Who tucked them into bed at night? Who taught these killers their ABCs? It's a phenomenon because it's not a one-off. It's not a... So this Melissa, listen to what she said again. I told you, they're going crazy. Simon, we're giving them this work. Simon Wiesenthal Center. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Don't forget, family, to go to connect with my club, Vicki.com, which is our mastermind class. I'll be dropping metaphysical jewels. You'll experience me in a different light, and I'll be there in this exclusive environment to answer your questions there as well. Don't forget also flynubianbusiness.com, our school, where we teach you how to build your own business and side hustle. Flynubianbusiness.com. So this is what she did. Melissa, again, don't forget she's responding to Simon Winthal's tweet. Something strange I've noticed in the replies. So that's bothering them. Something strange I've noticed in the replies is the number of people demanding that the Simon Windthal Center and other Jewish groups meet with the Nation of Islam leader. Watch this. Do you all know that this is proof that we're winning? Do you all know that that's proof that we're controlling the narrative? How many times have I told you that in this season, power comes from the ground up? She's tripping because even though Simon Wiesenthal Center, I keep calling them Menthol, Weasels, it's all the same. Listen, the fact that she says that she's noticed, she says it's strange. Why is it strange, Melissa? It's strange to have the person that you accuse of something speak for themselves and sit them down and do an open debate. It's strange to actually have the person that you're attacking to hear from them. Yeah, she's right. It's strange. They're used to all kinds of propaganda working. They're used to being the only voice, and you, Negro, don't question what Massa say. That's why she say it's strange. Oh, God, it is strange, Melissa. Melissa, Karen, Gretchen says, oh my God, it's strange. This is strange. Look at her freaking out. Melissa, go to my Instagram, Vicki X Dillard. I done posted it. Something strange I've noticed in the replies and the number. It's the number of people. It's not just that it was one or two of y'all. She said it's the number of people demanding that SWC and other Jewish groups meet with the Nation of Islam leader Farrakhan. Listen. She said, would you demand an African-American to meet with David Duke or a Muslim to meet with Richard Spencer? In the first place, girl, in the first place, you lied. What we know, Melissa, not that you're owed this explanation, hashtag MYOWB, could you put the MYOWB in the chat? Because that's what I told her. I told Melissa, first of all, she should mind her own business. in your community, you guys are dealing with opioid epidemics. You got a lot going on. You got terrorists going on. You got AK-47. You got those that are just rebelling against masks, freaking out all over the country. You know, you're doing stuff to yourself. So I did start my tweet off by telling her she really should mind her own business. But I just wanted to indulge her. But anyway, you got so much going on in y'all's community. The Catholic Church, you got too much going on. The theft and the fraud that's happening all through Wall Street that's led by y'all. You know what I'm saying? The mischief making that you're doing in law with your politicians, Trump and all of that. You got a lot going on. But since you're over here, let me just go on ahead and just quickly put you in your place. Melissa, first of all, because you say something doesn't make it true. Y'all, that's what's killing them. They're used to what they're saying, what they say. They're used to controlling the narrative. They're used to whatever they say goes. So first of all, we know that you lie and are a liar. Don't make me talk about the lie. Don't make me talk about the lie. Melissa, we know now that you're not just a liar. You are a lie, a walking ILE. Your breath that you breathe. The sound that we hear when you drive the car. The keys is a lie. The sound of the keys is a lie. Come on, somebody. We already know about all that. Shout out to you, Silent D Production. So it's strange. She said, let's get our words right. Melissa is tripping right now. Shout out to you, J Love, for your gift. Even the word says you need media. I don't know what you're saying there, but thank you, beloved, for your gift. She says something strange I've noticed in the replies is the number of people demanding. So you guys are waking up. They're freaking out, y'all, because we're not just taking them at their words. The Black grassroots. We've been seeing this thing for what you are. Now let's get past there. So I said to her real quick, I didn't go on and on with her because I don't spend time with Karen like that because I just shut it down. And it's easy to shut that down. But I just made it real clear, to her, mind your own business, And then I said to her, I said, Karen, and I did call her Karen in the tweet. I said, Karen, mind your own business. But anyway, I said, Karen, I said, if someone is accused of murder, would the murderer be still have their chance for a trial and to put up a defense? So we're just putting aside the fact that you lie and are a liar and are lying on him. But even someone that commits murder or a heinous violent crime, rape, someone that's a pedophile and so forth, even they have the right to a trial and to present evidence and to put up a defense. Just FYI. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Listen. So then I went in on Simon Wiesenthal Center for invoking Representative John Lewis. I said, how dare you? And I put a, little rat, a mouse. I said, how dare you, rat, invoke the name, how dare you, rat, invoke the name of the deceased Representative John Lewis to cover your filth? I said, the Black grassroots don't see John Lewis the way you do. You invoke his name because you used him as a tool. Now watch this, y'all. Watch this. They also tweeted about the fact. They tweeted this picture of them sitting down, unfortunately, with our brother Nick Cannon, which again, I'm not here to beat up on Nick, but this photo says a lot, y'all. They tweeted this picture out of Nick coming to visit them. So much wrong with that. I'm not even going there right now. And then they also tweeted, they said last week, Cannon reached out to SWC Associate Dean and Global Social Action Director Rabbi Abraham Cooper after controversial public comments made, blah, 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 which we know they lied about that. But he then says how Nick, he said, moved by what he saw. He said Cannon generously made a pledge to donate his first paycheck to the Masked Singer to support the Simon Wiesenthal Center's ongoing work. He put that out there. That's not the only one. So apparently they must have called up their friend in Congress, Representative Alma Hernandez. How many of you all heard of Representative Alma Hernandez? I believe that she's a congresswoman out of Arizona. Well, apparently she's one of the few Mexican Jewish congresswomen. Guess what she did? Instead of her working on the stimulus package, and instead of her working on some black reparations, Representative Alma Hernandez, she had the nerve the next day or so to tweet. Y'all know I ain't lying. Y'all see that? This is why we need organizations like Simon Wiesenthal and so many others who focus on educating the public and combating anti-Semitism. What a world we would live in if more people practiced tolerance. I'm glad Nick Cannon reached out and took the time to learn from his mistake. #Jews. That's what she said. So I chimed in when I realized I started to read through the thread, some more of the thread. So somebody was saying something about how Nick should apologize and stuff. Guess what Representative Alma Hernandez did? How does she have this much time to be on Twitter to engage in this conversation? She didn't just post this. She didn't just post this tweet on behalf of the Simon Wiesenthal Center yesterday or the day before yesterday. When somebody said something about Nick needing to apologize, she actually responded to one of those miscellaneous comments and said, he actually did issue an apology. Please read the Simon Wiesenthal thread on the visit. Thanks. So girlfriend, this congresswoman, Representative Alma Hernandez, was so deep up in Simon Wiesenthal's thread that she didn't just do a tweet, y'all. She had time to get deep up in the weeds. Y'all better talk black to me. They're on a PR campaign to get as many people as possible to distract and to mislead us because they're scared to death that we're waking up. They're scared to death that 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3 is being revealed and manifested. What is written for us in 2 Thessalonians 2, family? What does 2 Thessalonians 2 say, family? Does 2 Thessalonians 2 say that day shall not come, except there first be a falling away, and the man, one translation says, of lawlessness be revealed? Somebody talk black to me. Why does it say that? Because the scriptures want you to know that there's been some deception going on. It's written that somebody has been masquerading as something that they're not. Oh, I'm not going to get into all the weeds here, baby. Again, the opinions that's expressed on the Vicki Show are that of my own, Vicki Dillard, and not necessarily those of the network on FlyNubianQueenTV.com. Oh, baby, Vicki's going to walk a tightrope to follow all the rules. But make sure that you subscribe to VickiDillard.tv. Subscribe to VickiDillard.tv. Because in the upcoming days and weeks, I do plan on giving them some more for real work on VickiDillard.tv. So somebody, the scriptures wants us to know that somebody is masquerading as something that they're not. What is masquerading? You're pretending you're something that you're not. You're in camouflage. It's written that there is going to be a revealing or an exposing first of a weasel. I'm sorry, it's of a mankind masquerading. And so it continues, and we're pleased to do it. Thumbs up, thumbs up. A couple of thousand plus of you in the chat. We're so pleased that you tuned into the Vicki Show. I'm typically here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, the network for melanated women just like you. We're the most loving, the most empathetic, the most sympathetic people on the planet. There's no other group of people that you know of that walks the earth amongst their killers and tormentors and torturers and don't take them out. That's our heart. We're the most harmonious people. And even though we're dealing in the height of this anti-Black war against us, you've got somebody else now trying to steal the spotlight. Why are they trying to steal the spotlight, Vicki? Because it's written. How many times I've told you that the scriptures, I'm talking about the truth of the scriptures. I'm not talking about that interpretation that the white man gave you. It's written. In order for you to identify who the chosen people are, they're supposed to have certain types of traits. God today, some of the traits that they have: being oppressed for more than 400 years in a land that is not their own, being brought forth in ships. There's no other people on the planet that can make that claim of being oppressed for 400 years and being brought in ships. Shout out to you, Game, for your gift. That beautiful smile. Oh my God, Vicki. Oh, thank you. Shout out to you, Nita, for your $50 gift. I bless it 1,000 for all of your gifts. She said, I've read it and it will go down screaming the truth. Support the truth. I know that's right. I bless all your gifts 1,000-fold. Stephanie, I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Listen. The scriptures are very clear. There are certain traits and characteristics of this people. Do you know that the Bible even talks about that they would be placed in prison houses, warehouse in prison houses? Shout out to you, G. Bowman. Nobody else fits that description. We, family, the Black Holocaust is the only one that hasn't received reparations. The Black Holocaust is the only one that's still going on today. The Black Holocaust survivors have experienced some of the worst treatment than any other people on the planet have experienced for longer than any other people. And may I say this to you? The very ones that's accusing our brothers, slandering our brothers, they know that they too participated in anti-Black racism. We love all peoples of the planet, but let me tell you something. That very group that's lying, trying to steal the spotlight, is deeply responsible for Black torture, Black murder, Black theft, Black trauma. And we can prove it in no limit of time. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. But it's a new day, Black family. We're fulfilling scriptures. I've told you before that book belongs to us. It's scriptures because we are living out the script. We are in our finest hour. Listen, that ain't all. They continue their PR campaign. I got mad at Black Enterprise, which they're practically defunct in so many ways, but no disrespect. But I've been really upset with Black Enterprise magazine. How many of y'all remember that? Used to be. You know, we have to call them yesterday in about 5 minutes too. That's gonna be your nickname. All you bootlegs and all of you who used to be pro-Black, like Essence Magazine. Essence Magazine used to be the magazine that we would run to as Black women get so excited to see some beautiful sister and read about our stories and see beautiful Black images. And now Essence Magazine just put up, what's his name, twirling around, twitching around in tutus and stuff. The Sesame Street star. What's the Sesame Street star's name? Y'all help me. What's that Sesame Street star's name? He's a swirler too. What's that Sesame Street star's name, y'all? I done forgot his name. Billy Porter. Thank you. How could I forget? Billy Porter's funny looking self. Essence Magazine, y'all, just had Billy Porter on the cover of Essence. Shout out to my supporter who tagged me on Twitter. Y'all follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicki. Follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicki, my last name first. They tagged me a picture of their Essence magazine in the trash can. God, today. Somebody talk black to me. That beautiful buttery bussy bite. Y'all know what we call them. That beautiful buttery bussy bite. Who had the nerve to attack black people. Y'all know that Billy Porter had the nerve to do a piece attacking black folks, saying that we to him and to his LGBT friends and stuff, he said that we are worse. We're just as bad as white supremacists. Funny looking self. Watch this. So when some of these magazines, these publications that's supposed to be pro-black, lose their minds, Lord have mercy. Let me get off of that. So Black Enterprise has been ticking me off lately with some of the stuff they've been doing. So guess what happens? Guess what happens? One day ago, which means just the day before yesterday, they put this up. Who is this funny looking fella right here, family? Isn't this the frenemy that Nick Cannon had on his show? Well, Black Enterprise publication put up, it says Miss Selena Hill unpacks Nick Cannon's anti-Semitic remarks with B. Hurd's and Stan Fritz and whoever this is, Miss David. If you nasty, God, where y'all get these things from? Y'all doing too much. Come out of her, my people. Revelation. Come out of her, my people. Why does the book of Revelation tell you to come out of her, my people? That's talking to you, black man and black woman. Come up out of her. It says so that you don't have to partake of her plagues. I done told you before. I was taught that if you lay down with dogs, you get up with fleas. Some of the stuff that's happening in America is not even meant for you. But because your funny looking self is trying to integrate with the thing that's really killing you, you're going to get the same reward as they, even though it wasn't even intended for you. Come out of her with your funny looking self. You're doing some strange stuff. What are you? Mobile home? Camper? Outside? Oak tree? Pines? Come on, talk back to me. Listen, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. So Black Enterprise had the nerve to putting this up. Look at this publication. Uniting the Black and Jewish communities with Rabbi Abraham Cooper. So after we done busted this man, y'all immediately say, okay, let's go. So they doing a PR campaign. So did they reach out to the Black Enterprise and say, oh, let's talk this out? Did they reach out to the Black Enterprise? Did Simon Wiesenthal Center reach out to Black Enterprise, family? I'm asking you a question. Do you think that the Simon Wiesenthal Center reached out to Black Enterprise and said, let's do an interview? Let's talk about this. One of my supporters, who is a Black media member in the first place. Shout out to First Works Media. Listen to what my brother just told me before I came on. He says, in Chicago, I noticed that they started advertising on WVON 1690 talk radio this morning. Y'all hear me? Shout out to you, cuz, for your $50 gift. Our 13-year-old autistic son loves to hear. Wait a minute, the thing is going too fast. I couldn't read it. I want to read that one. You said it's about your autistic son? Y'all, it went too fast. I'm going to need somebody to let me see that. Keep liking and sharing, family. Let me see if I can pull up on this device. I'm skipping around, y'all. I don't want to miss what you said about our autistic baby. Thumbs up, family. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay, cuz I think I see it. Our 13-year-old autistic son loves to hear your hands clap and your gavel raps. Bless me. Oh my gosh. Bless. Oh my gosh. Are you why are you doing this to me live? Oh my gosh. I bless him. Yes. son. Yes, I bless him. Thank you so much. Oh, you just made my year with that. Shout out to you for your gifts, Zara. Oh my gosh, it's my privilege. Mwah, mwah. I hear so many folks tell me that their teenage sons and daughters are watching me, infants and children and folks in the salons and stuff. So one sister sent me a thing when they was in the salon. I want to say they had a mask on, if I had mistaken, or maybe it was just before COVID around that time. I can't remember, but they was in a salon. And in the background of the show, I don't never take it for granted. The testimonies and the responses is unbelievable. But mwah, mwah, mwah. Let me hit the gavel for the baby. That's for the baby. Oh my gosh. You just made my world right there. You just made my whole world. Thank you for sharing that. Let me get back on track here, family. Y'all forgive me for making that detour, but I think it was a worthy one. Would you agree, family? Would you agree, family? Thumbs up, family. Keep liking, keep sharing. Thumbs up on the count of 3. For those of you that are just coming in, my name is Vicki Dillard. I'm typically here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, the network for melanated women just like you. Would you hit the thumbs up button if you're watching us on FlyNubianQueenTV.com on the count of 3? And if you're watching us on one of our other platforms, because thankfully our show is aired on several other platforms, would you like, share, subscribe, follow on those platforms as well? Are you ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I love you back, Angel. Listen. So, remember what I just said? I said, did the Simon Wiesenthal Center call all the bones and biscuits and bootlicks and sambos that they could think of, so that they can have access to black minds to try to misdirect us? They're tripping, y'all, because they're wanting to know, when did all this happen? There's been an underground movement of resurrecting our people. Y'all play too much. I'm hearing bones rattling. Ezekiel, another sign of who's who. I ain't got time to work the wheat and the tares for real today. We're not getting ready to do that today. Y'all listen. I'm hearing bones rattling. They're wanting to know, when did it happen? Here I go slinging these braids. They're wanting to know, when did all this happen? Can these bones live? You know, Lord, y'all play too much. Son of man, prophesy to these God today. Y'all play too much. Y'all play too much. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. So, out of nowhere, Black Enterprise is bringing on this man, this frenemy of the Black community. Watch this. My brother today put this on my page. Again, he's a member of the Black media. He says, in Chicago, I noticed that they started advertising on WVON 1690 Talk Radio. Y'all listen. He said, this morning, a guest from Illinois Holocaust Center or Museum was on the morning show with good brother, Attorney Fenton. He says, so yes, it's obvious they're stepping up their campaign. Y'all watch this. Vicki, why are you asking, Vicki? Is it because they made a phone call? Vicki, why are you saying they're calling in their bones and biscuits and their bootlicks, their strategic Negroes? Your strategic Negroes are those Black folk who are willing to be attack dogs for you and against their own people. Hello, Jamil Hill. There's too many other ones, but she's one of the more recent ones that I had to give this work because it was so obvious what she did. Ain't Jemima, Jemima Hill. Ain't Jemima. Yeah. Listen, thumbs up, listen. Thumbs up, keep liking it. So they're on a PR campaign because what we're doing is working. We're controlling the narrative. Watch this. Vicki, well, why would you say that maybe it's them that's doing it? Remember the tweet that I read you in the beginning of the show? Y'all know I'm going to connect these dots. What was the tweet that Simon Wiesenthal Center put out? After they lied again on Minister Farrakhan, what did they say? And they invoked the name of John Lewis. What is the last sentence in that tweet? There are multitude of great African Americans. Time for Jews to reconnect our communities through them. Did you all miss that tweet? I read that to you earlier. They are admitting it with their own tweets, with their own words. He's saying here, last sentence, I'm not adding to what he says. I'm quoting. There are a multitude of great African Americans. Time for the Jews to reconnect our community through them. But the problem is, bruh, the Farrakhan consciousness that's been going on for some 65 odd years or so. Black media, through print publication like The Final Call over decades. Black media on alternative media outlets like this one, those that have been on social media much longer than I have been. They've been planting seeds. God, today. And the harvest is getting right. They've been doing work undercover too. They've been seeding. It didn't look like they were making much difference. Using their laptops and their computers and their phones. Trying to what? Inform and inspire and empower Black people. Watch this. Watch this. Thumbs up, y'all. Again, don't forget flynubianbusiness.com, where you can learn how to build your Black business, learning from Black people. Listen. Simon Wiesenthal tweeted so arrogantly. He said there's a multitude of African Americans where we can reconnect our communities through them. Black folk, y'all send this link to all of them bootlegs. You're owned. And your master is saying it out loud. He's saying we're going to reconnect through them like they know they own you, like they know they pay you. Negro, slave. Vicki doesn't have to make up nothing. They said it. There's a multitude of great African Americans. Time for them to reconnect, time for us to reconnect our communities through them. They can count on you. Biscuit? White meat chicken? White meat fried chicken. Ain't that something? So they're on a PR campaign, and they're probably wondering, who is this Vicki lady? And who are others like her that's giving us this work? Who are you? That's the question of the hour. That's what I'm asking. Bruh, who are you? That's what I'm asking. Who are you? I said this is our planet. And it's written in the book of James. Because some of you don't know your collective Black power. I'm not talking of my own accord. I'm not trying to be reckless and do something and start something that's not my own. No, baby. I'm under a Farrakhan's protection. I'm under the unified Black collective protection. I'm under the protection of an army you can see and one that you can't see. Y'all better talk Black to me. I'm asking the question. Who are you? This is our planet. Who is this powerful organization? Let me tell you something. When your sister was fighting in the federal belly of the beast, before that, when I was attacked and targeted by high-level entities, when I went head-to-head with judges with no legal training, I had no legal training, and nobody representing me. In most of those cases, I was there unrepresented by counsel, what you call pro se, meaning your sister was there by herself. And across from me, in one instance, was several representatives representing Wall Street banks, and the others were there for the state's attorney generals because they're the ones that represent the judges that I was suing. Y'all better go sit down somewhere. people were tripping, saying, Vicki, I can't believe you're doing that. Other people were trying to put fear in me to make me feel like that these other folks are too big to hold accountable. I never considered them. I made them small in my mind. I said I made them small in my own mind. And I considered the God who was in me. The question is not, Vicki, are you worried about what so-and-so over there saying about you? Are you worried about, let me tell your funny looking self something. They better be worried about what I think about them. We're in our winning season, family. Dr. Ava Muhammad said something so powerful this past Sunday when she addressed the world from Moss Marion, I believe it was in Chicago, attorney, Dr. Ava. She said these words. She said, Black family, she said, you got to know when you've won. What they gonna do? She said, they ain't gonna do nothing. You don't know your power because you have not effectively resisted what's written in the book of James. Submit to God. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. Submit to God. Resist the devil, the book of James says, right? And he'll flee. I'm not doing this by myself. Somebody talk black to me. When I was at Minister Farrakhan's farm, the garden, July 4th, when he addressed the world, like I said, we were socially distanced. We were some distance away, but I was on the grounds. I had to leave early because, of course, my health. I had to leave right after the address. Shout out to you, Constance, for your $50 gift. I bless it 1,000-fold. Minister Farrakhan said this to us. He said, if you know the truth, he said, shout it from the mountaintop. I'm speaking based on an instruction. That instruction is not for just one or two. It's for everybody that loves righteousness. He said, if you know the truth, shout it from the mountaintop. And when we do it collectively, family, when we do it unified, nothing can stop us. Thumbs up, thumbs up. How many of you all know the story of the children of Israel after they had left Egypt? You all know that I submit to the teaching that 75% of scripture is actually prophetic and 25% is historical. The prophetic part of who the children of Israel are, and Egypt being America, the children of Israel being you black men and black women. Somebody talk black to me. So think about the story, the principles in the story. Listen. When the children of Israel left, some years passed, right? About 40 years. That's when they got ready to for real fight again. That gave God time enough to kill off the older generation that was going to infect the new world. Don't forget, that's what's written in the book. What's written in the book is that God wanted to kill off the older generation. Right there on the spot, he was done. So some of you funny looking folks, why don't y'all unify with the bootlicks? Why y'all attacking? God ain't even trying to unify. You more spiritual. You know better than God. It's written that he was trying to get rid of all of them right there. Get them out of here. And it was because of Moses' intercession that they lived that long. He let them live for 40 years, but he let them die off with Social Security and Section 8 in the wilderness. I mean, I'm going to meet your little bare minimum needs. But your funny looking self ain't going no promised land because you're not fixing it. Egypt, you left Egypt, but Egypt is still in you. You're not going to infect the new world with your coronavirus. Don't talk to me. You finna bring your brand of a novel corona in the promised land. No, we fixing to, you finna quarantine you by letting you die off. The God. Out of here so that you don't infect nothing over there. Y'all play too much. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Why y'all laughing at me? I'm just telling you I'm giving you a Bible story. I'm just giving y'all a Bible story. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Listen, I'm about to get out of here. But what happened when it was time for them after so many years? Only 2 of the older generation made it. Even Moses himself didn't get to go. Y'all know that, don't you? Moses didn't even get to go in the promised land. Joshua and Caleb. And they were 80 years of age. That was the only one that made it out of that older generation that got to go. Watch this. Prior to them invading, they were going to spy out the land, right? Because it was the appointed time for them to do war. Y'all talk black. I told you we're in our winning season, black family. There was a lull in between the Exodus and when it was time to do warfare and to possess the promised land. Watch this. What happened? They sent spies out, right? To the promised land, right? Go spy out the land. Somebody said they were going to get intelligence. In case y'all don't understand that language, that's military stuff. When we talk about spies from back in the day, that means that he wanted, right, them to go infiltrate, serve as spies to what? Bring back intelligence so that they would know how, what? It would inform their tactical plans to invade the promised land. Is that right, y'all? And there was different parts of, obviously, it was many fights that they had to get into because it was a lot of land. But watch this. What happened? I'm talking to y'all. I'm trying to tell you, you're the people of the book. Hear me. What happened? For you scared to death Negroes. What happened? When he sent out, how many was it? 12 spies? How many spies was it? Y'all help me remember. Was it 12 spies? How many spies was it? Somebody look up how many spies was it? I think it was 12. Did 10 of them come back with the evil report, the Bible says? And only what? 2 of them. Y'all help me with my facts here. And only what? A couple of them came back saying, we got this. We can take this land. But what did the other ones say? They said, no, it's giants over there. It's they too big, man. That military, that United States, their drones, their nuclear weapons, their intelligence agency. And Trump is revealing to us the weakness in government. The coronavirus is showing us the weakness in all of the United States, all of its agencies, all throughout the administrations, in its medical healthcare systems, in the states. Y'all are not paying attention to the weaknesses. Vicki, keep talking so I can get out of here. What did they say? Well, they big over there. Watch this. They said, we see ourselves as, he said, we were like grasshoppers in our own eyes. What? God, Vicki, calm down. Calm down. See, y'all, my body, I've been working overtime. Y'all know I have the autoimmune illness. That's why I had to skip yesterday because I was going so hard. I better calm down. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Keep liking and sharing. Keep liking and sharing. Hit that thumbs up button, family. Don't forget flynubianbusiness.com so that you can learn how to build your black business from black people. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. What did they say? There's giants in the land. They're too big for us. Watch this. The Bible says that God considered their report to be an evil report. He didn't call it bad. It wasn't just a bad report. He said it was an evil. What God considered to be evil, an evil report. What happened? They said that we were like grasshoppers in our own eyes. In our own eyes. I'm trying to change the way you see yourself. Then the leaders tried to get everybody calm down because what happened? When the other ones started to talk about how scared to death they were, everybody else started to what? Get scared. And he had to shut them up. He had to shut them up. Why? Because fear is contagious. Cowardice is contagious. It's debilitating. It will stupefy you. The couple that believed said, but God said, God said, we can take them. We got this. And that's what I'm trying to get through your head. It's written. It's our time. You are well able to overcome them, Black family. Our unity. You don't know it because you've not tested your powers. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. I'm almost done. I had no plans on doing none of this. As most of my shows go, at least a half, or 75% of most of the shows don't go like that. I hit a note here or there, one of my bullet points here or there, and that's about it. Listen, watch this. Fear is contagious. I don't want to be around nobody that's weak-minded like that. Now, I'm not talking about nobody that's not trying to tell you for real strategy, things that you need to consider to avoid it so that you can win. You know the difference between somebody that's giving you true strategy so that you can be intelligent in your action versus somebody that's installing fear, installing malware in you. Your open enemy knows how weak they are. I said your open enemy knows how weak they are. That's the reason why they control the media. That's the reason why they control music, because they want to pretend. By controlling those places, they can make themselves look and appear bigger and stronger than what they actually are. But now that God has opened up doors for alternative media, and the fact that some of us have been trying to put in this work and sowing the seeds to who you really are and what you're capable of. Are y'all hearing me today? Watch this. Watch this. Let me read this. What was I even going to read in the first place? What was I supposed to even be reading? I got thrown with this Bible story. Black Enterprise. Thank you. And we got it. Remember, Simon Wiesenthal Center put out a tweet talking about we're going to use other African Americans. That's them bootlegs, right? Watch this. So I was mad at Black Enterprise. I didn't see the entire interview, but I decided to follow up. And I saw a clip. I want y'all to listen to this clip very quickly. Again, all of this is on the Copyright Act of 1976. So don't forget, the Simon Wiesenthal Center, this weasel from this Rabbi Abraham Cooper Wiesenthal Center fella, who Nick didn't know was a frenemy, thus a real enemy to Black community. Right after we've been giving him this work, he decides, okay, Black Enterprise it is. So here's an excerpt from that interview. Y'all, please listen to this. Y'all, please listen to this.
And that impacts the ways that I, as white, is a privilege.
Watch this. This is the rabbi, and this is a brother. The New Norm with Selena Hill. That's the lady. The New Norm.
White
hold on.
Is a privilege in this country. But
we're gonna give you the name. The New Norm was Miss Selena Hill, and at Be Heard Talks and Stan Fritz touches on whiteness and the Jewish community. So this is something that's interesting. Here you got. I want you to pay attention. I'm trying to show you how even though the Abraham Coopers, the Rabbi Abraham Coopers of the world, and our open enemies and white supremacists are going about trying to get all of their bootlicks to cape for them and to try to influence us, it's not really working out too well. As mad as I was with the Black Enterprise, watch just a little bit of this clip with them and the rabbi. I'm cueing it now.
person, but like you are
Here we go.
as white is a privilege in this country because white people get treated differently from Black people. And as a Black man, I can't take off my Blackness. And that impacts the ways that I engage and show up in the world. And like, if you're a Jewish person, but like you are white, you can take off the yarmulke, you can, you can walk the streets and generally be regarded as a white person. And like that privilege is real. Like some of that might be scalable because there is obviously discrimination for Jewish people. But if you're a white face and you're Jewish, you are definitely, I want to push back and say, you are definitely facing privilege. And then also,
let me answer that one because it's a very, very important point. So Stan, just consider the fact.
Look how mad the rabbi getting. Hold, let me push back on that. So the brother said, even though you're Jewish, he says you're still white. Has the Vicki Show been trying to let you know that we're not going to let white supremacy get away wherever it might be hiding? Don't try to call us anti-Semitic. We don't care where white supremacy is, even if it's in your religion. We're going to call it out. But listen, y'all. Y'all listen. Listen, watch this.
And then also,
pay attention to how the rabbi going to act when this man is telling the facts on this.
Jewish, you are definitely, I want to push back and say, you are definitely facing privilege. And then also,
let me answer that.
Let me answer it.
Very important point.
Y'all listen.
Stan, just consider the following statistic. Since the FBI started keeping statistics on hate crimes, I think it goes back to 1992, every single year, with the exception of the 3 months following 9/11, but every single year through 2019, here are the truths about America and hate. The number one target of hate crimes based on race, by far, are African Americans. And the number one target of hate crimes based on religion are American Jews. It's a 1-2 category that no one on this program would like to maintain. So I don't want to get into a victimization game. In fact, I'm not.
That's exactly what he's trying to do, is get into a victimization game. But it's him steady trying to take the attention of the disproportionate victims of torture and oppression. That's Black people. Nobody is saying that y'all ain't got an issue with your toes, paper cut and you stumped your toe. But we're talking about heart attacks and strokes in the Black community. And even if you had one, we're talking about those that have been lasting 465 years. Now, you all see how he did the same thing in the video with Nick too? But then turn around and said he's not trying to play the victim. Y'all keep listening. It's a reason why. What did I tell you? Through scripture, there are identifiers to show who the certain group of people are. And there's a certain oppression that comes with a certain group of people. It doesn't mean that we disrespect any pain that anybody else goes through, but we're watching you when you're trying to usurp ours. We don't care if you're the LGBTQ community. We don't care if some of y'all that tried to hijack the Black Lives Matter, which I don't want to have nothing to do with that. I believe in the sentiment and in the slogan Black Lives Matter, but not that organization that's been infiltrated. Do you see that intersectionalism? Intersectionalism is used in religion. And they try to use the label of anti-Semitism and other similar things so that they can hide the white supremacy that's tucked in there. Somebody talk black to me. He cut him off. Y'all keep listening. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up. I gotta go in a few minutes. Listen. Okay.
I don't want to get into a victimization.
Yes,
game.
you do.
In fact, I'm not even interested in victimization. I'm only interested in moving forward. And I understand why you just assume, well, wait a second, if you take off your kippah, that's your entry into whiteness.
You hear that? He said, you're just assuming that if I take off my kippah. No, we ain't assuming nothing. Slowness, you're not getting ready to disrespect our intelligence. Insult our intelligence. That's not possible. The big black brains are working today.
Guess what? It's not so simple out there because the bigotry and the anti-Semitism is real. It may not be spoken about a lot, but it's something that is actually fought every single day because people are people and hate is hate and racism is. And
this man is trying to act like his whiteness doesn't matter. We're not even going to bring labels or religion, family. Black family, we don't even need to do that. This brother is saying, you still white. God, today, that's all we saying. To those of you that's trying to throw all these labels against black people, we're telling you, you're still white. The whiteness is about the whiteness is the whiteness is the whiteness. See, they create these other labels to take the place of the skin color. So that's why they don't never want you to get into color stuff. They want us to use other labels so that there can be a such thing as a comparative bigotry, which doesn't exist. I said comparative bigotry does not exist when it comes down to the 465-year Black Holocaust. You're still white. The brother saying, I know you keep trying to throw out Jewish. He said, white though, white. But if I take out, but white. But if I said, but white. Today, somebody, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I was mad at Black Enterprise. I was mad at Nick. But I'm seeing weaknesses in these y'all guys today. The more they keep trying to control our minds through media, they losing. They taking L's, y'all. Y'all gotta see this. They taking L's. They taking L's. If you're studying them, you will know they're taking L's. Lots and lots of L's. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Come on, class. H, I, J, K, L, 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 L. Back in the day, I don't think they do this anymore because I'm really showing my age because I don't really keep up with all the stuff that people do and y'all got to help me. But I know back in the day, the young people used to do like this with the L on their forehead, like, they used to put the little L's in front of their forehead like this. Watch this. The brother said, but you're white, but you're white.
Is real. It may not be spoken about a lot.
And the reason why the guy keeps trying to jump to this religion is so that they can use that later to accuse you of being anti-Semitic. But the brother said, no, baby, it's not that it's your white, it's the white, okay, Vicki, listen.
But it's something that is actually fought every single day because people are people and hate is hate and racism is, and words have consequence. So
racism is about race, family. It's not about a religion. That's another trick. You see how they confuse stuff? And so when people be talking about racism, they automatically want you to think about an oppression of some other people because of a religion. That's another trick. That's how they try to lie on you to say that you're this. We're not answering none of that. We're talking about the whiteness of it all. The white supremacy at that of it all.
We can debate the whiteness part.
Yes, let's.
But it's not the monopoly get out of jail free card that African Americans think it might be. Do
y'all hear that? I think y'all family, they are exposing themselves. This isn't a good look. He thought he was getting ready to go to the bootleg Black Enterprise and he looked like he was making some inroads, but just that right there. And that brother ain't really all that extraordinarily strong, beating him over the head. But the more they talk, it's not looking good like that. It's not that ain't it. It ain't it like that. You should say we're well able. Remember what I just tell you, children of Israel? Going into the promised land, those of you that were scared to death to try to say, but Vicki, but they bigger than us. But this should encourage your spirit. Your spirit ought to be encouraged right now about this. Your spirit ought to be encouraged.
Stanley, does that answer your question before we move on?
Watch this.
Yes and no.
Yes and no, the brother said. No.
I hear you. And I don't think that like African Americans and Black people across the diaspora would see it as a get out of jail free card. Definitely not. But if there's a thunderstorm and Black people are getting drenched, you might just have a little piece of cloth over your head because of that whiteness. And so you're 100% right about those stats on hate crimes, on race and religion. But then there's redlining. And then there's like actually like blocking people from getting housing opportunities or job opportunities. And there's also like the struggle to get acknowledgement. We talked about it in the beginning where Donald Trump, Tucker Carlson, all these people are spewing hate speech about Black people all over the place. Cops are killing Black people in cold blood. And we can't even get everyone to agree that this is wrong. And like, so when we talk about privilege, it's not these are the pieces that I'm talking about. I don't mean to make it confrontational, but I really want to make sure.
No, let it be confrontational, brother. We need some confrontation. We need some confrontations. We need some confrontations. Did y'all hear that? You ain't getting out, baby. You weasels, Simon Wiesenthal. And did you hear the brother say, but yeah, it's that, but he said, but the whiteness. But then he said, but then there's redlining. Then he started listing all these other things. But Simon Wiesenthal Center, Simon Wiesenthal Center, Black family, Simon Wiesenthal Center. Shout out to all of you that have sent your little precious seeds to me. I bless your gifts 1,000-fold. And thank you for also helping the network. Listen, family. Listen. 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 Do you remember yesterday? The brother is on to something. Maybe he saw the Vicki show. I don't know. Maybe he was just speaking out of his spirit. I don't know. Remember this fella? Don't forget his name, Roland Arnold, last name Arnall. What did we learn about Roland Arnold? This guy here. What did we learn about him? Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard Family. Make sure everybody is hitting that notification bell. If you're watching us on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, thumbs up. If you're watching us on one of our other platforms and on another time frame and time zone, make sure that you follow, like, and share. Listen, what did we learn about Mr. What's his funny looking name, Seth? Roland Arnold. What did we learn about him? We learned that during the subprime mortgage scam, it involved a cross section of what? White financial firms selling high rated, but bad risk bonds to investors with promises of huge gains, right? That included AmeriQuest, right? It says that the predictable collapse of the housing market in 2008 and the torrent of foreclosures in Black neighborhoods served to transfer billions of dollars from Black pockets to white. See, some of y'all didn't even know how sneaky that transfer took place just a few years ago. It says no high-level Wall Street bankers did time for a clear conspiracy that went as high as the White House. Remember, Trump ain't the only rat. Bush is still a dirty rat. Talk black to me. Listen. The collapse produced both the largest setback in Black wealth since the transatlantic slave trade and an explosion of white multimillionaires. Blacks and Latinos were more than 70% more likely to lose their homes, right? Black folks, we lost what? 250,000 homes to foreclosure. Let me skip down. I can't read all of this, but watch this. The nation's largest subprime mortgage lender was Roland Arnold, who became a billionaire with the AmeriQuest mortgage company by funding almost $75 billion in subprime loans. Like the infamous swindler, Bernie Madoff. I talked about this yesterday, but I'm giving you all a reminder. He was known as a major supporter of Jewish causes. This fella whose picture I just showed you, co-founder of the Simon Wiesenthal Center in 1977. And for many years, he was chairman of its board. He was the largest contributor to President George W. Bush and was appointed by him to be the United States ambassador to the Netherlands. It says that the breadth and the scope of Arnold's crimes in the mortgage scam would bring Meyer Lansky, Arnold Rothstein, and Bugsy Siegel to their knees. Black families lost 250,000 homes, but Arnold was able to buy the second most expensive home in America in Aspen, Colorado, for which he, for which he paid $46 million. By 2004, Arnold was the number 73 on the Forbes 400 list with a net worth of $4 billion. Amazingly, neither Arnold, who died in 2008, nor his cohorts ever spent a single day in prison for the Black misery they caused and the theft they engaged in. Arnold sold most of AmeriQuest for an undisclosed amount just before his criminal acts collapsed the world economy, leaving his victims homeless. I knew about that. And his heirs, billions and ill-gotten gains. And Roland E. Arnold, there is no better example of how white folks got so rich. That link is in the chat where you can get that book, How White Folks Got So Rich. Simon Wiesenthal Center. We don't even have to go far back to accuse them of anything. You guys are trying to use religion, you're trying to use labels so that we don't call out the white supremacy. And that's the reason why you are slanderously lying and mislabeling Black people. But the very organization that you tried to force our brothers to give money to, like Nick Cannon, Nick is giving whatever. Remember, I gave you guys even more receipts, right? About how they got paid and how they did a form of bribery and all this other kind of stuff, blackmail with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I gave you so many other receipts financially on how they made their money. Keep that in mind, Black family. Let me get ready to go, fam. I've kept you long enough. There was more that I could say. Just know that that Simon Wiesenthal Center, your PR campaign is failing. Black folk ain't going for it like that. It's not working so well. And they're desperate, family. They're calling all the bones. They're getting as many bones and biscuits as they can get their hands on. They're desperate. And the fact that he even got that pushback, you heard even white Karen Melissa on Twitter tripping out because so many folks in the thread are demanding that they sit down and have a debate. Our words matter. We're controlling the narrative. Are y'all hearing me today? We don't hate anybody. You reject those labels. And then you still keep the pressure on what? White supremacy. Thank you so much for tuning into the Vicki Show. Thank you so much for engaging with me, busting up this most asinine lie that and talking about religion, Black family, where was one of the first bombs released in America? I have that's a riddle for you real quick before I go for real. You notice how that rabbi said, number one, we need to research that reference. Notice he didn't make a reference to him saying that Black folks are the number one target in terms of, terrorism and stuff for racism, but then for religion, them in America. Child, I got to see the numbers. I don't know about that. Even if that was true, what are the percentages? And because y'all lie so much, who put that report together? So we got to look at that. But besides that, let me ask you a question. Where was one of the first bombs? Somebody said Tulsa. Yes, one of the first bombs in Tulsa. Right, but watch this. In recent, let me qualify that. In the In the 20th century, let me qualify that. One of the first bombs. In the 20th century, where was one of the most notorious bombs unleashed? Somebody said Philadelphia, somebody said Tulsa. All that's true too, but you're missing one other important place. Those 4 Black girls. I need somebody Black to talk Black to me right now. I said those 4 Black girls. I said those 4 Black little girls. Marvin, you are powerful, effing you. Thank you. Those 4 Black little girls. It was a Black religion, baby, where America made her mark to unleash a bomb. Mother Emanuel's church. I want to see the percentages before we get off and all of that. Before we get off and all that. I'm from Mississippi. And I know when I was at a church, my grandfather, my whole family were very religious and stuff. My grandfather was a musician, played the piano, and he didn't play for just our church in New Prospect. He played for other churches. And one of the churches that he played for, I think it was once a month. What was that one out in the country called? Galilee Baptist Church. Somebody talk Black to me in Mississippi. Galilee Baptist Church in Mississippi, Meridian. Galilee. Y'all play too much. Y'all don't know about nothing about no Galilee. Galilee was tucked off in the country. And I'm 41 years of age. And as a little girl during services, I was fearful to go because the skinheads during our services in my day, in my time, would throw stuff in the church and through the windows, bust out the windows. Me, that's my memory as a black woman in Mississippi. Don't y'all ever forget that. Don't y'all ever forget that. I love you to pieces. Start your business. Learn from black folks who's running businesses at flynubianbusiness.com. Clubvicky.com, my mastermind. Wednesday evenings, I'm answering your questions in this exclusive VIP session. Clubvicky.com. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. This has been a blast. We've been getting in some work, y'all. This past week and the week before. God is good. I thank you so much. I love you to pieces. It is my bliss. It is my honor. I came to you in peace. I leave you in peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Ma'at hotel. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. And I love you. Mwah.